to my channel. I'm Shauna. Today I'd like you to join me to make some homemade scones. Anything homemade is better. Today we're going to make blueberry lemon scones. It's a classic flavor. I personally love it the most. But you can really switch your additives out. I've done anything from white chocolate citrus to cranberry orange to cherry and dark chocolate. You could do a cinnamon chip with like a sticky smear swirl mixed into it. You could even do peaches and cream, which I did recently. They were really yummy, although I added too much moisture, so they didn't rise as well as I wanted them to, but they were still really good. So I'm gonna have to remake them so that I could put them in their glory. All right, so today for this recipe, you really need simple ingredients. We have all-purpose flour, I have butter, and I'm sorry, but everything can't be vegan. Butter and fat really do matter in baked goods, especially in this particular recipe. And that's not to say that you can't play around and try to formulate a delicious vegan alternative, but I'm just saying, butter counts. So I'm doubling my recipe and we're gonna use 10 tablespoons of butter. Cold butter is best when you're making any type of biscuit-based dough or pie crust, because that's what's gonna give you that flake. The granules of flour are going to coat the butter. Therefore, when the butter cooks in the oven, it needs to be really, really cold so that as it melts, it's slowly creating steam pockets, thus giving you a beautiful, delicate, flaky, buttery crust. If your butter is already too soft, it's going to melt and leach out before your baked good begins to develop aeration and rise. So remember, cold butter is key when you're making biscuits or pie crust. So I have some cold butter and I'm gonna dice this up. This one stick is 8 tablespoons, so we're gonna need 2 more to give us our 10. So we're gonna grab our 2 more. I was tempted to triple this recipe, but we'll just keep it at double. Sometimes when you increase the recipes too largely, they don't cooperate the same. If you can even freeze your butter, like just put it in there for maybe 15-20 minutes while you're gathering your prep, that will help you too, especially in the summertime when everything's a little bit more warm. So I'm just going to make my little slices and then I'm going to dice them up. Protect your fingers. And if you're here on Roots to Recipe, thank you. Please don't forget to share, subscribe. Please hit the subscribe. So many people view videos and don't hit subscribe or like it, and that really helps my channel to grow. So I would greatly appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe. Also, if you're watching this on my classic YouTube channel, Love in the Pot, please hop on over to Roots to Recipes and subscribe today. And don't forget to like and share. And I would really, really, really like to know what you guys think. What are you making? What's your favorite baked good to make? And I welcome you to share your recipe. I may even feature it here one day when I'm looking for something to make. As you may know, I've been recovering from an injury, a very big leg injury. I had surgery and I am still recouping, but I'm slowly getting back acclimated to doing more things. So here I am, tiptoeing back on the scene. I wish I had a froze this butter because as you can see, it's very soft, but it's okay. Just be patient and we will freeze it after dicing it anyway. That's something I always like to do. I start with prepping my butter and getting it in the fridge or the freezer so it can chill as I'm prepping out other ingredients. And then everything will come together nicely towards the end. So I have my planks. We're going to work systematically. That's how you work most efficiently and gain speed. Do things in a pattern. So we made all of our strips. Then we made all of our planks. Then we made all of our strips. And now we're going to turn those strips into little dices. And it's okay that they're stuck together a little bit. We will separate them after they've frozen. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a bowl and then pop these guys in the freezer to chill until later. Don't forget to always wash your hands thoroughly before, in between as needed, and throughout the cooking process. As you saw earlier, I've already washed my hands, but I have a little napkin here so I can just wipe away the butter, because I don't want my skin to be like paper dry when I'm done doing this. But if I scratch my face or touch my phone or touch something raw, like if this recipe had eggs in it, I would stop what I'm doing and wash my hands immediately afterwards. But cool thing about this recipe is there is no egg. Okay. In the freezer, this is gonna go. Okay, that'll be perfect by the time we get to it. Now, I don't know what kind of orange this is. This is so why I want my own citrus tree. Don't have it yet, but I plan to get my own citrus plant eventually. But look at this. It's like the size of an orange. At any rate, using zest is really a lovely way to impart additional flavor. You're getting those essential oils and everything that comes with the zest of the fruit. So we're going to zest this, and I have an awesome little gadget. This is a microplane. You can get them from all kind of stores, Kroger, Walmart, restaurant supply stores, what have you. And I'm going to zest it before I juice it, because if you juice it first, you can forget about trying to get that zest. You need the plumpness from the fruit to make it hold up for you while you're zesting. I have here some orange and citrus zest left from my last batch of scones, and I'm going to use that also. Matter of fact, let me put this in the bowl first. So now I'm going to zest my lemon. See that? Comes out a nice fine zest. I love it. Try not to get too much of the white. It's preferable not to get any. But sometimes in baked goods, having that little bit of bitter can help to offset all the sweet, but you really don't want much of it because the pith is very bitter. You can do it that way, or you can collect like this. I don't really like to do it like that. I feel like this gets more faster. This thing is huge. It can't be natural. Like, they had to give something to it to get it this big. It's kind of scary. So I say that to say, when you can, where you can, however you can, if you're able, grow some of your food. One day I hope to get to a point where I can grow almost all of my produce. That's my goal over my lifespan, at some point to get to that phase. I'm not there yet, but what I do get, I use. Okay. That's a lot of lemon zest. Look at that. It smells so good. All those essential oils. The essence of the orange. So I'm going to put some in here because we're going to use some later. And we're going to need some in our dough. So I'm going to add that to the bowl. And this is optional, but I will say it definitely makes an impact on flavor. So if you can, add it. Not 100% necessary, but you will taste the difference. So now that we have that, now we can take our juice. I should have rolled it first, so I forgot. I don't have a juicer. I don't know what happened to it. We moved not too long ago, and I was badly injured during the time of the move. So a lot of my things, I have no clue where they are. So we're making the best of it. Now, as far as today, I like to finish my scones with a nice vanilla glaze, and that also has a little bit of something that will complement the flavor of the scone. So in this case, since I'm doing blueberry lemon, I would finish my scones with some vanilla lemon glaze, and that would have a little zest, maybe like a half a cup of vanilla. Start with the juice first, a couple tablespoons, and then add your powdered sugar. You probably need about 2 cups, maybe 2.5, depending on how thick you want your glaze to, like how thick you want it to set, or if you want it to be more runny. And then once you get that whisked in, add a little bit of cream, or half and half. But start with the lemon juice if you're adding the juice, because it doesn't take very much liquid to get the glaze to the proper consistency. And if you add too much liquid, you're just going to have to add more powdered sugar to fix the consistency, and then you might end up with a whole lot of powdered sugar glaze or vanilla glaze. I guess that means you have to find something to use it on, like make some donuts or make a lemon ice cake, like a pound cake or something like that, or coffee cake. It's a way to use it. It'll refrigerate. All right. That was a lot of juice. And something funny about when you juice the lemon, I always think it's going to dry my skin out, but actually my skin tends to feel very moisturized. So I suppose that's all those essential oils. All right, lemon squeezed. That gave us about 1/3 cup, which we may not use all of that. Okay, so tidy up time. I'll be right back. Always tidy as you go. I have a trash bag near. It's not enough room in my station to have it right there, but it's not far from my working station. That way I can trash things without going over and contaminating my hand or splashing up trash debris or particles from the big trash can. And it also increases speed. Now, as you wash your hands, you want to use warm water, nice soap, lathering soap. I prefer antibacterial these days, but you know, the main thing is that you're doing it for the proper length of time. 20-second scrub. Rinse thoroughly, pat dry. And try to turn the handle off with your napkin after you dry your hands, or with your forearm, so that you don't recontaminate your fingers. After all, you turn the water on with dirty fingers, right? Okay, so we have our lemon juice. We'll set this to the side. Now we're going to measure our flour. I have my bowl here that has my lemon zest. Okay, I don't know if you can see in this bowl, but I'm about to measure all my dry ingredients. Since I didn't use the other strainer, I moved to a bigger one so I could sift my flour. This isn't necessary, but the last bag of flour I opened was a little clumpy, so I'm going to do it for good measure. So since I'm doubling this recipe, I'm going to use 4 cups of all-purpose flour. See those clumps? Then you can just press them through. That was 2. When you measure your flour, just want to show you. I'm sure you've seen me do this before. I keep a scoop in there, handle side up. Scoop it in or mound it in. Tap, tap, tap. That taps down the air pockets. Scrape it level. Now you have a true cup. That will help with miscalculations. Whereas though, with some recipes it doesn't really matter. Like with bread is really flexible, but sometimes that extra flour can make your baked good dry, which I think that would be the case with scones. One more to go. So if you heard that noise over here, that's what I'm doing. Tapping and scraping. Oop. I will, thank you. How's your ouchie? Feel better? Okay. Somebody got stung by a bumblebee. I warned him to leave that bumblebee alone, but he wanted to touch it. Okay, anyway, got that done. Now we're going to move to our, I'm going to use a whisk to cut in the flour. I don't know where my pastry cutter is. So whisk my zest all around. Good thing about when you're making things like this, and I think this applies to the muffin method also, you mix all the dry and then you separately mix all the wet and then you bring everything together. So in that case, just like when you're making biscuits, if you have an additive, you add it to the dry base. So once we get all of our ingredients in here, our salt, our leavener and whatnot, we're gonna mix it up and then we'll add in our blueberries. That way they'll get fully coated by the flour and that will help them to disperse throughout the dough and not just sink to the bottom or be all in one spot as you're mixing. So that's a great professional baking tip. Will help take your baking to the next level. So I have these mixed in and now I'm going to do 6 tablespoons of sugar, which honestly I should measure that and see how much it equals to. It might be like a 1/4 cup. Let's see. So next time I do it double, I won't have to literally do 6 tablespoons. The nice thing about this recipe is it's not overly sweet. So that really lends it to be a welcome canvas for lots of vanilla glaze or nice jams and things you'd like to serve with it. I love to make a lemon honey butter to go with the citrusy based scones. Last time we did them, we got a whole bunch of nice jams that we picked up from the farmer's market. So when your base isn't extremely sweet, that lends itself to, that lends the recipe to being able to receive nice toppings and additives. So I have 3. Because you definitely don't want it to be overly sweet. And if it's sweet on its own, you're not going to want to really serve it with anything else sweet. 5. 6. I'm going to get a 1/4 cup measure and see if this is a 1/4 cup because it looks like a 1/4 cup. 6 tablespoons of sugar. This is raw sugar, but I'm just curious. This is 1/3 cup. But let's see. Is it a 1/4 cup or it might be a little more? A little more than a 1/4 cup. Okay. 6 tablespoons of raw sugar. Okay. Now we need our leavening agent. In this case, we're using baking powder. And I need 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Not baking soda, baking powder. I'm going to sift this too because sometimes it can be clumpy. And really, sifting is really important when you want to ensure you have a tender crumb. So if I'm making cakes, if I'm making unleavened bread, or anything that I want it to be really tender, I will take the time to sift, especially if my flour is clumpy. 2. Now we need the salt. And I'm just using kosher salt. You can use whatever kind of salt you like. I would refrain from iodized salt if you can help it. But yeah, we need a 1/2 teaspoon, not a tablespoon, a teaspoon of salt. And you might think like, why do you need salt in a baked dish? Well, it really brings out the sweetness helps elevate your baked goods. If you make bread without salt, it's going to be awful. That was a half a teaspoon. Original recipe is a quarter. Okay, so we have our flour. Remember we doubled. So 4 cups flour, 6 tablespoons sugar, 2 tablespoons baking powder, a half a teaspoon of salt, our 10 tablespoons of butter. We have our lemon zest. Now all we need is our additive, which in this case is going to be blueberries. So I'm going to get everything well combined and prepare to add in our blueberries. I'm going to scoop a little flour to sit to the side for dusting my blade and put this flour up. Remember, if you tidy as you go, put things away as you can, that leaves less mess for later. So that's mixed in well. It smells so good. It says citrus zest. Citrus zest. I'm gonna bring over that lemon juice. I don't mind the pulp. I think the pulp is gonna be nice in my scones. So I know everybody's afraid to do blueberries right now with that parasitic thing going on. Slyphophilia, or however you say it. But that was from what I saw was the Publix brand. But I always like to use wild blueberries when baking because they aren't huge and they don't leave like wet soggy blobs in the middle. They kind of melt and disperse. So I'm using this brand. I've been using them. I already had these here, so at any rate, I think we'd be good to go. Whatever your additive, you want to add in a collective amount of 2 cups if you're doubling this recipe. So if it wasn't doubled, that would be everything I'm doing in half. It's a real easy recipe. The main thing with successful scones really is using proper technique, not over mixing, making sure that nothing's clumped up, and keeping that butter cold. You'll have a delicious tender scone. I don't know why I'm doing my blueberries already. We did not cut the butter in, so they'll be fine. They're not going to thaw out that quick. So now that we have this stirred well together, remember the butter that we threw in the freezer to chill. We're going to add that in. Nice and super cold. See, it's crispy. Try not to handle it too much. I'm just breaking up a few of the cubes. Help me to beat it together a little less since I don't have my pastry cutter. But you can use 2 forks to cut this in. You can use a whisk like I'm doing. A few little pats here and there that aren't well combined won't hurt anything. But remember, we don't want our butter to melt out and be on the sheet pan. We want the butter to be inside our scones. So those blueberries that I scooped, I'm just gonna put them in the freezer in the same butter bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and finish measuring them out. Whoa. Okay. Got the 2 cups there. Put these in the freezer so that they stay nice and firm and frozen. I have a lot of homegrown figs. I bet a fig, brown sugar, and cinnamon would be real nice. Blueberries in. Okay, now we can cut in that butter. You either want a nice strong whisk for this, or you can use 2 forks, or you can use an actual pastry cutter. It's that thing that has like a little handle and a whole bunch of slits at the bottom. That's what that is. It's a pastry cutter. So your mom or whomever you got it from probably made biscuits. So essentially a scone is a sweet biscuit. So you follow those same principles that you would for making a nice biscuit, you'll end up with nice scones. So this is going to take a little bit. I'm going to speed through. get my hands in there, and then I'm going to put it back in the freezer after we get everything shaped, just to break up a few of these bigger clumps. Because my arm's getting tired and my leg is getting tired. You can't handle a whole lot right now. I know I'm touching this and my hands are warm, so you definitely want to avoid it. But if you have to manipulate your dough and do this like I'm doing here, we're just going to set them back up in the freezer before we bake. Remember, cold is your friend with that butter. So if you're making pastry, if you're making biscuits, if you're making scones or pie crust, just keep in mind that before you bake, you want that butter in the dough to be chilled. You want to make sure you don't over mix once we add in that liquid, because then that will make a tough crumb. We want the exact opposite. We want tender, delicate, flaky, buttery, moist, and delicious. Ooh, my leg. My blueberries. The fun begins. This is 2 cups of blueberries. Could be 2 cups of anything you like if you're doubling. The possibilities are truly endless. So now we're coating that additive in the flour. This will help with dispersion, so they're all throughout the dough and not all in one spot. And it will help with absorption. So as those blueberries bake and they release their liquids, it won't make like a wet, murky mess in your dough and bleed out onto your baking sheet. Okay, so we have that well incorporated. Now we're going to add in 2 cups of dairy. Now, let me just preface this with fat is flavor, fat is moisture, fat will give you a tender crumb. I happen to have used almost all of my heavy cream and I didn't feel like going out and buying more, so I'm going to use, oh no, it's frozen. Okay, I gotta thaw this. Still semi-frozen. So sitting in the hot water, the warm water should be perfect. While that's happening, we'll go ahead and do the rest of our measurement. I have this lemon juice. And I'm going to add to that half and half. As I was saying, I only had a little bit of heavy cream and I also have half and half. So I'm going to do a combination of heavy cream and half. But if I was purposely shopping for this, I would do all heavy cream. Heavy cream in my glaze as well. Okay. Move that around one more time. Make sure my blueberries are well coated. Now I'm just straining some of that pulp so they're not really, really big blobs. And it looks curdly because the lemon juice curdled the cream. If you need to make a mock-up buttermilk, you can add some lemon juice to it or vinegar and it will curdle it. So I just want the essence of that and not too many of those big old clumps. That was 1 cup. And notice how I have a different measuring cup for my liquids. Liquid and dry do vary slightly in volume. So liquid cups or pitchers for liquid ingredients, and dry cups for dry ingredients. If your baked goods aren't coming out correctly, that might be why. Okay, that was 1 cup. Let's check this cream. Oh yeah, we're there. So we get whatever's left of that. I'm gonna add a little bit of half and half so I can get every drop out. Okay, a splash more gave me my 2 cups, so I almost had it there. I also keep your cream and dairy products in the back of the fridge. Maybe not completely to the back, because as you can see, mine froze. But you don't want to keep it on the door. Sorry, very bad moment for my camera to die. And the blueberries started to thaw a little bit, so hopefully it'll still come out okay. But I'm gonna turn it out onto paper. It would have been better if the camera hadn't died at a pivotal moment. Okay, I'm gonna get all those little dry crumbly bits. If you want them to be completely streak-free, you can use fresh blueberries, but I like the control of the frozen, and I like that the frozen ones are small, because again, I have the wild blueberries. Just dusting the top so I could get this dough off here. Oops. That was a horrible, horrible time for the camera to die. Okay, let's finish. As the blueberries started to thaw out, so even though I put it in the fridge, it's gonna work kind of quickly. So you really want to be delicate in handling it, not to the extreme though, because we're going to chill them before baking. So since the blueberries are thawing, I'm going to just lightly dust the top and just start forming a rectangle about 1/2 inch in thickness. You can make them a little taller if you want them to be really tall. So just forming them together. Worry about the excess flour. I'm not mixing it in, I'm just using it as a barrier between my hands and the dough so that it doesn't stick, because we'll actually brush these with some 1/2 and 1/2. I would have preferred cream, but I used it all, so we have 1/2 and 1/2. We brush them with that before baking, and that will eliminate the extra flour on top, as well as I'll give it a quick dust before we actually add the cream to them, or 1/2 and 1/2. So you want to just try to get them level. They don't have to be perfect. I mean, especially if you did this in a single batch, you could just do it in a round and, use your pie fractions and go in 1/2 and 1/2 and 1/2 and 1/2 and 1/2 until you get your 8 to 12 portions, however you want to cut it. And but I'm going to do them in classic strips. First, I want to get my rectangle relatively consistent and shaped. Just those frozen blueberries, which it would have been fine if the camera hadn't died. So it's okay. Things happen. Still gonna taste good. Still homemade. Still delicious. So I'm going to slide this on some parchment so that I can get it chilled before cutting. Go into the freezer. Okay, I chilled it slightly, but I'm going to put it in the freezer so that it can firm up even more. You can cut them however you like. I am going to do strips. I'm going to use my fractions and go in 1/2, approximately. Then in 1/2 again. broken down my big rectangle into quarters. Now we will make squares. I think I'm going to do here. You could make some big scones if you chose to, but I'm not. Start at one corner and just go all the way down. Dusting my blade in some flour, line up at the next corner, and continue. Now I'm definitely gonna flash freeze these before baking to make sure my blueberries are nice and firm and my butter is cold. I really hate that the camera went dead at the worst time. You can do your corners like that or like I did there. I think I'm gonna just do that. Okay, just like that. She's all cut. I'm gonna slide it back on the pan and throw it in the freezer to firm up for about 30 minutes. Then I'll be able to pull out however many I'd like to bake. Just want to make sure that they are completely divided. Let them firm up in the freezer. Then once they're all frozen solid, you can just put them in a zip baggie to freeze until you want to bake. To bake them, you can just pop out your desired portion and enjoy scones without all of the labor. So I'm going to put these in the freezer for about 30 minutes and I'll meet you back here and we'll get them ready for the oven. Alright, see you in a minute. Okay, I am finally back. Our scones have firmed up in the freezer. I'm just going to give them a light dusting to get some of the excess flour off. That way, the next time I have a pop-up visitor, or I'd like to do something a little bit more elevated for the family, for breakfast, I can just pop some out and bake them. I preheat my oven to 380 degrees. It really depends on your range. You can bake them anywhere from 375 to 400. 400, they'll be a little bit more crisp. At 375, they'll be a little less dark on the top. But since I'm going to add glaze, it doesn't really matter anyway. But I'm going for a happy medium in between. I'm just going to brush the tops with some half and half. I really wish I had more cream. That would be so much better. Remember, fat is flavor, fat is moisture. So I'm going to go ahead and do the whole pan because I'm going to freeze these. And when I want to bake one, they'll already be ready to go. And I won't have to worry about making sure I have heavy cream in my fridge. I need a little bit more. One moment. The cream is so much better. In comparison, this is kind of sort of like water. We'll brush them and I'll give them a light dusting with some sugar and some of the citrus zest that I had reserved. I'm also going to finish them with some zest after glazing them once they're baked to really bring on that punch of a flavor. Okay, I have a little bit of granulated sugar. I use raw sugar. And I'm just going to coat my zest in it so that they sprinkle a little easier. And all over the top we go. Now that we have this squared away, I'm going to separate the portions I intend to bake. and put them on a clean sheet pan that is lined with parchment paper. And while my oven's preheating, I'm gonna keep them in the fridge so they continue to stay nice and cold for me. Remember, we want that butter to stay cold. They didn't firm up as much as I wanted them to. Really messed us up having to wait for the camera to recharge because my dough thawed. I can pluck them up here. Again, I am going to throw these guys back in the freezer. They're still softer than I would like. I really want to make sure that butter is nice and cold so that everything bakes nicely. Remember, these are homemade, so a little imperfection is a-okay. It just shows that somebody put extra love and effort in them because they were handcrafted. And handcrafted does not always equal to unified perfection. Relatively the same size, which means they will cook in relatively the same amount of time. They look pretty consistent, minus a few imperfections, and that is what we want. So, I have these all ready to go. I'm going to throw them in the freezer for a few more moments. Okay, they're going in the oven. Hopefully, they didn't fall too much earlier while we were waiting on the camera to recharge. It's just looking like the dough got too wet, but they'll still taste good. So in they go. My oven is preheated at 380, but again, you can bake anywhere from 375 to 400 depending on your oven. You want them more crispy, aim for the higher temp. And they'll take anywhere from 18 to about 22 minutes from cold. So I'll see you then. I'm gonna set my timer. I'm gonna start with 18 because I can always add, but I can't take away. So we'll see how they come out. The timer went off. I gave them 4 more minutes, so they did 22 minutes. Oh, they did not come out how I wanted them to. Boo. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me in my kitchen today. We made homemade scones, and although they did not come out fabulous, I mean, I made this recipe many a times, and they're often very great. These are a little ugly because my camera died right smack in the middle of adding in my frozen blueberries. So let me just say, if you use fresh blueberries, you won't have that issue. Or if you're using an ingredient that does not have wetness, it won't be an issue at all. So, of course, when I'm trying to show you guys how to do something, that's when they don't come out perfect. But at any rate, they're a little ugly, but I know they're going to taste delicious. So I am going to finish showing you this video. I am going to glaze them and add some lemon zest and just dress them up a little bit, and they'll look a little less ugly, and we'll be able to really appreciate my light, the beautiful, delicate flavor and all the hard work that we invested to make homemade handcrafted scones. But I will say the ones that I froze may do better in the future because they will have time to fully freeze. My leg was hurting and I was getting a little impatient, so I really wanted to finish up. I will flip the camera so you can see the finished product. Although they're not my best. Yes, I am a chef. I have been a baker, but of course they just didn't come out right this time. And you know what? That happens. Sometimes things don't come out their best, but you don't have to discard it. It's still delicious. It still has great quality ingredients, and we still made it with lots of love and time, and therefore we will enjoy them. and I do hope you will give it a try. It's a very simple recipe. You can even grate your butter, freeze your butter sticks, and then grate them with like a box grater. Let me see. Use fresh blueberries rather than frozen. That will give you more cushion. Again, for the sake of the video, I wanted to show you all the steps. And in that time, I wasn't thinking about my blueberries thawing in the refrigerator. And they just kind of made it too wet. You know, but needless to say, these things happen. So for you, you can prevent that by using fresh blueberries or creating them from start to finish without pauses. You could add in flavors like, you could even do a savory like sharp cheddar or smoked Gouda with herbs and garlic, and have like a garlic compound butter, or serve them with Boursin cheese. Like that would be really tasty. Pretty much like a savory biscuit with a nice small flicker of sweetness. You could do whatever floats your boat. So I hope you enjoy. Give them a try, and please do like, share, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you'd like to see in the future. If you try this recipe out, tell me how yours came out, and I'd love to see pictures. Like, post them. All right, enjoy your day. I have some lemon glaze. Well, actually, this is citrus vanilla glaze that I had left over from last time. I've let the scones cool a little bit, and now we just give them a little drizzle. If I run out of this one, I have some brown butter vanilla glaze I can use. That'll taste good too. You definitely want to let them cool a little bit so your glaze doesn't run off immediately. And it will set up a bit once they cool. You can put it in a squirt bottle or a pastry bag, snip a small corner at the tip of the bag and make some nice zigzag lines. I'm not doing that today. We're gonna add some citrus zest. Remember the lemon zest we had left over earlier? Oops. Nice. Yummy. I had an oopsie doopsie. So let's see how they bake next day. I explained everything that went wrong, but we'll see if they bake up better the next day from frozen. Okay, they're better today. Actually, they're pretty nice. I wish I had a double stacked them or made them slightly thicker, but they baked up better second day from frozen. Now that's a pretty tasty looking breakfast plate.